Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you are new, my name is Mackenzie. Make sure to click the subscribe button and stick around. I am back again today with another back to school video, and today I'm going to be breaking down all of my college essentials. I am about to be a junior fashion merchandising student at Kent State University, and after one regular year of college and one fully online year of school due to COVID, I feel like I have a really good grasp on things that you need for college to survive. I think in this post-COVID world, you are really going to see a lot of professors utilizing more of the hybrid route. So a lot of your assignments are going to be online. A lot of them are going to be done in person as well. And I think with that comes a new set of essentials. My list has definitely changed over the years. I actually uploaded a college essentials last year that I will leave linked in the cards and down below in case you want to check that out as well. But some of my essentials have definitely changed. I've added and removed a few things from that list. So here's the updated version. As per usual, I will leave links to everything down below so that you guys can purchase some of these items for yourself. And without further ado, let's hop right on in. So without a doubt, my number one college essential, cannot live without, must have, is a laptop. You cannot go to college without a laptop. I would have said this 2 years ago going into my freshman year, and especially now as we navigate this post-COVID world. Kent is actually doing a mix of hybrid classes, but I chose to keep my classes 100% online just because it works really well for me and my schedule. I learn really well online, so I chose to keep it that way. But I'm sure tons of other colleges are going to be keeping a lot of things online as well, and you need a trusty computer. I actually use a MacBook Pro. I have the 2020 13-inch, and I absolutely love it. I highly recommend the Pro, especially if you are going to be a fashion merch major, just because you use the Adobe Suite so much, and the Pro is really designed to withstand that kind of wear and tear. So highly recommend checking that out. You will need one. Not only are you going to be completing tons of assignments on this, but it's also great just to have to scour the internet, complete homework assignments, take quizzes, and it's a great way to communicate when you have the Mac as well, because it'll sync up to your phone if you have an iPhone. Kind of going along that last one is the Adobe Suite. This is not specific to all college students, but to a lot of fashion majors and maybe design, graphic design students as well. The Adobe Suite you can purchase for $75 through your school, which is so much cheaper than if you just buy it like as a regular person, and you get Photoshop, Illustrator, InDesign, and so many other programs that you're going to be using non-stop. I highly recommend buying it beforehand so that you guys can kind of like get a feel for the programs, especially at Kent. You use the Suite so much. There's definitely a learning curve to it, but like I said, do not pay full price for it. Moving on to things that you are actually going to need for kind of going to class in general. We're returning back to the classroom, so with that, I highly recommend an umbrella. I cannot tell you how many times I got stuck in the rain in my freshman year. I swear I only had classes Tuesdays and Thursdays, and every Tuesday and Thursday it rained. I recommend getting one that's a little bit smaller that you can kind of just keep in the side pocket of your backpack. Mine was from Kohl's, but literally any umbrella will do. Next up, I highly recommend a card holder. A lot of people my freshman year went the phone wallet route, which obviously just sticks onto the back of your phone, and it's really easy to keep all your cards in one place. For me personally, I don't like having something big and bulky on the back of my phone, so I actually have like a little Kate Spade wristlet card holder, and I love this. I keep my keys on it, and inside I can keep my debit card, my credit card, a little cash, but the main purpose for carrying one at all is to have your student ID. If you're going to be a freshman, you need that ID to get into the dorms, into the dining halls, into the library, into everything. You will eat, sleep, breathe that little ID card. So make sure that you have a place where you can easily access that at all times. Now that I'm living off campus, I don't have a dining plan, and I don't go onto campus as much, which is why the little wristlet works best for me, because I drive onto campus now, so I keep my keys attached to that card holder. But if you are on campus and you want something a little easier, I definitely recommend either the lanyard route or the phone wallet. Like I said, I'll leave both linked down below. I get a lot of questions on backpack recommendations, and I use the North Face Borealis backpack. I've had this since my freshman year of high school, and I absolutely love it. They last so long. I have gotten a new one within the last 7 years just because I wanted a new color, and you know, my one from freshman year of high school, obviously I kind of grew out of eventually, but these last forever. They're super high quality. They have a little sleeve for your laptop, which is super nice, so you can kind of keep your school supplies separate from that. I also get a lot lot of questions on school supplies, and you don't really need school supplies, guys. I highly recommend getting a big, like 5-subject spiral notebook. At least for my major specifically. I know that it varies obviously for different majors. My sister is a civil engineering major, and she takes tons of notes and goes through graph paper and things like that constantly. Whereas a majority of my work is done on my laptop, and then when I do have lectures, I literally just keep my 5-subject notebook and I flip from one section to the next throughout my school day. So it's obviously kind of more of a personal school shopping experience that you will get used to once you move to campus. I actually highly recommend waiting to get your school supplies until after the first day of class. That way you can see and like really understand what you're actually going to need for that class. And then going off of that, you're definitely going to want a reusable water bottle. My freshman year, I used these a ton. If I'm being honest, last year when I was fully online and like constantly spending time in my apartment, I just used like my regular Yeti. But when it comes to actually going onto campus and going to the gym and meeting your friends in the dining hall, which are going to be all things you're doing your freshman year, you're going to want that reusable water bottle. I definitely recommend going either the Yeti or the Hydro Flask route. Although I do recommend holding off on your school supplies, you absolutely, without a doubt, should be going to college with a planner. I share planner accessories and plan with me's and all kinds of stuff in my college week in my life vlogs. You guys can go back and binge those if you want to get a real feel for what my life is like when I'm on campus. But I use the Happy Planner from Create 365. I use the size big. There are 3 different sizes. I choose to use the big because I like to keep my school, personal life, and business all in one planner. I know some people like to split them up. For me, it works well just to have everything all in one place. And I also do not keep a digital calendar. I know a lot of people like that really works for them because they're always on their phone. For me, I just like it. I like a hard copy, and the Happy Planner is awesome. The pages are actually removable, so that's super convenient. You can move one page and take it out and then put it back into the planner in a different section, which is really helpful. And I love the size big because there's just so much room to write. I personally use the horizontal version, but there are a bunch of different options. I will leave those linked down below as well. But seriously, you need a planner. If you don't have time management skills before college, it is going to slap you in the face, okay? You go from being like so sheltered from your home life to going to college and realizing that you have to feed yourself and clothe yourself and bathe yourself and find time to go out with friends and still get good grades and do everything on your own. It's overwhelming as heck, but it is a beautiful sign of growth. And I promise you that college will just open your eyes to so many new opportunities in the way that life is actually lived on your own. So get a planner, save yourself the heartache, and just do yourself a favor, get organized. It will make your years so much easier. Next up is one of my biggest college essentials, without a doubt. I will scream this from every rooftop because you need blue zipper IKEA bags. They look like this and they will change your life. So my freshman year, before moving in, my mom picked these up like on a whim and was like, oh, I'll just grab a couple of these. Like, I feel like this would be a really easy way to transport all of your pillows and your linens for your bed. And oh my gosh, they changed my life. Every time that I go to and from school, I pack everything in these bags. They are incredibly durable. They zip. They have 2 handles on the sides, and they also have a backpack strap, so you can wear these on your back. So typically when I'm like moving clothes from, you know, my room at school and I'm like trying to pack up my car, I'll put one on my back and I'll hold 2 in my hands. It's a really easy, efficient way to move. These bags are great because they fold down into nothing. Like, they're foldable, they collapse, and you can store them under your bed, and they stack so well. They are the perfect rectangular shape that is the size of pretty much any SUV trunk. So I'm able to fit about 6 of these just stacked right next to one another in my car. I literally have never gone home, even for fall break, without 6 of these packed in my car. They are lifesavers, and they're literally like $6, $7 a piece. Highly, highly, highly recommend. And I can't tell you how many kids from Kent have found me on campus and been like, oh my gosh, the IKEA bags changed my life. There are a few other things that definitely really helped me get through online school, and if you have some classes online, I highly recommend a pair of AirPods or just any Bluetooth headphones in general. You definitely need them. Last year, I obviously still lived with 2 roommates, and all of us trying to do online school at once got really chaotic. It's very hard to be respectful of someone else's space when you're all sharing the same space and you're all in class. Headphones are the easiest way to kind of, you know, combat this. I have just the regular AirPods. There's so many different versions, I don't even know what they are nowadays, but I've had a pair for a couple of years now and they are the best. You obviously can just charge them up, but you definitely are going to need some kind of headphone, especially if you are doing online school and sharing that space with a roommate. Be respectful. I also use mine a ton to go to the gym, and people will wear them walking to and from classes. Kind of going off of that is an Apple Watch. My freshman year, I used my Apple Watch a ton because I was addicted to going to the gym and tracking how many steps I was walking around campus. My sophomore year, I did not wear the Apple Watch one single day. I did not want it telling me that I've been sitting on my butt for 15 hours straight. I literally never left my apartment because, you know, like everything was online and we couldn't really see people. It wasn't really safe to go out and stuff. So I spent like every waking moment practically in my apartment. I mean, I would have friends over, but like I didn't want the Apple Watch telling me get moving, exercise. Like I didn't want that. But if you are a freshman and you do enjoy working out or anything, I do recommend an Apple Watch. It's a really great way to kind of keep you on track. Slippers. I did not use them at all my freshman year, but last year, oh my gosh, I wore them 24/7. I have 2 pairs from UGG, but these are my favorite right here. I can't remember the name of them exactly, but I'll leave them linked down below. These are platforms, and the reason why I will preach UGG slippers until the day I die is because they can be worn inside and outside, and very few slippers you can do that with. These actually have a really thick platform that has like the usual UGG sole that you guys are used to seeing. So I could wear these like out of the house. Anytime I would go see my friends at their apartment at night, like we were just chilling, hanging out, or I was running to grab food, maybe I was DDing for a friend, I always just slipped these on and went out the door. You can wear them as socks, you can wear them without. I do have the white and they definitely do get a little dirty, but like I said, I did a number on these. Like I definitely wore them their fair share out of the house as well, where some people just strictly designate them as indoor shoes, but they're the best and I get compliments on them literally all the time. If you are in the dorms and you want to go in between you and your friends' dorms and stuff like that, you need a pair of slippers. This one's kind of random, but if you are living in an apartment, not a dorm, but you are moving into an apartment, you know, you're not a freshman anymore, you need a living room blanket and a bed blanket. I promise you, like, there is a difference, okay? So your bed blanket is going to be something that stays in your bedroom, like people don't use when you come over, and then you need a blanket that you are okay when friends come over, that they can touch and it kind of gets gross and everyone, like it's a communal blanket. Make sure you have 2 separate ones if you're like crazy like me and don't really like sharing those 2. Make sure you have one for each space. I get a majority of mine from Target, but I also have a really great, my bed blanket is from Kate Spade and I got it at TJ Maxx for like 15 bucks. And then last but not least, as silly as it sounds, you are going to need Uber and Venmo. These 2 apps are absolutely essential. If I'm being honest, I very rarely used them my sophomore year just because, you know, it was a COVID year, everyone was kind of laying low. But freshman year, and now that people are vaccinated and things are going to be returning to a little more normal, I know that the party scene is going to return this school year, or maybe if you go to a bigger school it never really left, you're going to need both of these. Don't be the friend that doesn't pay the other friend back for the Uber. It's like $4, just Venmo them the money. I mean, come on. And then if you are the friend who gets stuck calling the Uber every time, I just recommend having the app on your phone beforehand. Always make sure you're getting home safe and sound and don't cheat your friends out. All right, guys, that is going to be all for today's college essentials. If I think of anything else off the top of my head, I will leave it down below. Make sure you check back here later this week for my college dorm room essentials. Today, I kind of just covered the basics, but I do have tons of like dorm apartment specific things that I'm going to be talking through later this week. So stay tuned for that. Love you guys. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll talk to you in my next video. Peace out, Girl Scouts.